Jenna's Insurance Travel Tips. Thank you for watching Jenna's Insurance Travel Tips videos. 10 hidden gems in Rome you won't find in a tourist guide. If you've been to Rome once, twice, or even 3 times, you'll know that there is so much more to this than meets the eye. In fact, a recent survey revealed that only about 10% of visitors to Rome actually see it for what it really is. Those who have discovered its true beauty and history, as well as its secret, now seek to share it with others. The ancient baths of Rome. One of the first places a tourist would visit is the baths of Rome, which were therefore a kind of forerunner to the city's tourism industry as we know it today. They were used for bathing obviously, taking injuries, and for religious and ceremonial purposes. The staircase to heaven. You may have heard the expression, all roads lead to Rome, but it's still a very cool thing to explore and see for yourself. Now, the stairway in question was actually built in the 17th century so that the Spanish nobles could ascend and descend with ease to their palazzos below. However, given the context, it makes sense to visit the step and see why they're called all roads. Frescoes in a church that wasn't built yet. The Basilica of St. John in Lateran is an ancient piece of architecture that was once the baptismal font of ancient Rome. It was built in the 4th century and is still an active church today. An interesting thing to note about the church is that it's full of beautiful ancient frescoes. A secret doorway from ancient times. It was built in the late 19th century to honor King Victor Emmanuel XI and sits on the site of an ancient Roman gate called the Porta del Popolo. Luckily, archaeologists found a doorway in the foundations of the monument and realized that it was the ancient gate from which the monument had been built. Proof that women were taught mathematics in Rome. The Roman Forum is yet another place in Rome that is full of hidden gems. There are many ruins there, including the Temple of Romulus, the Temple of Vespasian, and the Temple of Concord. This particular piece is a sundial and features on it the word publica. This word refers to the fact that the dial was dedicated to the Roman people. Tiny room with an even smaller window. The House of Sallust is another ancient Roman ruin that is definitely worth exploring whenever you are in Rome. It was built in the 1st century by the great historian Sallust himself and was one of the largest private residences of the time. A musical instrument from a bygone era. The Arch of Augustus is one of the oldest standing Roman monuments in the world and a great place to visit if you want to understand more about ancient Rome. However, there's another thing at the arch that is worth taking a look at. An unusually shaped tower for defense purposes. The Torre del Melizzi is a tower that stands on the Tiber River and is a great example of medieval architecture in Rome. Even though it was built in the 12th century to house a group of soldiers, it is not the tower itself that is interesting, but the fact that it leans. Please note that you'll not only see plenty of famous landmarks but also amazing hidden gems in Rome that you won't find in a tourist guide. Enjoy your trip and please, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.